And I was going to say this because I have it here. This is minute 90 of the game where he beats Arias. He gets inside the box. Nobody is there, so he tries a shot across the goal. And the closest player was Ronaldo, which was nowhere near attacking that ball because it's minute 90 of the game. Pedro Neto as well, further on the far post, nowhere near. And it was a perfect opportunity to score. If you have a fresh runner there.
They are dead.
Yeah, but they were all dead. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I go back to the same. I have to go back to the same. We have a national team manager who is awful at understanding what the game needs. And it's awful at recognizing the difficult decisions, or at least making them. This is a game where Ronaldo has to come off around minute 60, I think. He did, and by the way, Ronaldo played well. I have nothing against Ronaldo.
I don't have nothing to say.
I think he was probably the worst game of the three in terms of his shot selection. I think that, and I don't know if we're going to have it here, in fact. He has 3 shots. 2 shots are blocked. This one was the stupid one, minute 45. They had the entire defensive line there where he had to circulate the ball. This one is blocked inside the box. It's all right, fine, no problem. And then he has the free kick.
That's a free kick,
okay, I don't want to, frankly, I don't want to see Ronaldo taking
which
free
for
kicks
me,
from 30
he
yards.
doesn't have two shots.
Yeah, but fine. If you want to do it one time, because if you have another free kick, you might create Ronaldo's going to score, and then it's another player that shoots and creates opportunities for us. That I don't mind. Really, I don't. But Ronaldo didn't have the best of games. I will say this. The other 2 games are much, much better than this one. Now, again, we go back to the same. How many times? And let's go to the heat map. It's the same nonsense again. Ronaldo has to be here, not away from the goal, not on the left, not in the middle, not there. I don't want to see Ronaldo touching the ball at all in our half of the pitch. He shouldn't even step there. Ronaldo should be next to the defender, the last defender, all the time. That's it. And Ronaldo, unfortunately, was again in areas which I don't understand why he has to go there. And frankly, I think a lot of it is again because of the same issues. And I look at this. If you're gonna play, and I don't think we should. I don't think we should, and I think I already shared this with you. For me, we should play with 3 center backs, 2 wing backs, and play João Felix and Ronaldo up top. That's my opinion, as 2 strikers. That for me is my opinion. It secures the middle a little bit more. Wide areas are for Nuno Mendes and Cancelo, or in my opinion, it should be Nelson Smith in that situation. And you have 3 central defenders, you have 2 center midfielders, you're secure. But since we're not going to do that, and I understand why, because we never played like that since the qualifier for Euros 2024, we never played like that. And even in Euros 2024, we didn't. We ended up not playing like that as well. So if you want to play a 1-4-2-3-1, you have to play with the exact lineup that you played the last game in the positions that you played, because João Neves is out of this situation. And I will say, obviously, Cancelo should be out of the team in this game because of the threat of Luis Diaz. And Dalot is a good player. He's a good player on the ball.
I like it too.
He's not a bad player. He's not Cancelo in terms of the final third. But what you lose on the attacking side, you massively win on the defensive side. And you don't lose that much on the attack as much as you win on the defensive side. And that, for me, it's like a no-brainer. You bring 3 fullbacks for what reason then? You say, we brought 3 fullbacks because of the load and blah, blah, blah. And then Cancelo, who played 90 minutes against Uzbekistan, now he's going to have to do runs against the best defender on the other team. The best attacker of the other team. The best player. The most informed player. It doesn't make any sense. And Martinez is, honestly, I cannot wait for him to go. We can win the Euros, which I don't think, frankly, at this pace, I don't think we're going to win anything. And we're gonna talk about the knockout stages in a second. But for me, I can't wait to see him gone, because he's dreadful in terms of decision making. He's scared of making the most difficult decisions. He's scared of taking Ronaldo out of the pitch. He's scared of taking Bruno Fernandes out of the pitch. And again, I will say the same. I am not a guy that thinks Ronaldo shouldn't play. I think Ronaldo should play. But this game, especially
but not
when it broke,
90 minutes.
Yeah, no. He can play 90 minutes in some games, like the Uzbekistan. I don't have a problem.
Some games, but this game doesn't need to. We need to
this game
put some fresh.
The game broke.
Some fresh players.
Yeah, the game broke. The game broke. Minute 60, the game was there, and then the other side, the game was completely broken. That's not for Ronaldo anymore. Ronaldo is not a spring chicken. But you have a guy on the bench that is. What is Gedge doing on the bench?
We spoke.
Why do you bring Gonçalo Gedge
about that?
Gonçalo Gedge is he has space. He's not obviously not as tall, but he's strong. He's physically strong for
He's
a player
fast.
of of his position. He's fast, yeah, of course. You take João Felix out of the game, the best creator, to put Leão on the left. I understand and agree putting Leão on the left with an open game.
We need speed on the
especially
wing.
because their fullback Arias was dead as well because he kept running up and down. He had to do the entire wing because James Rodriguez was playing on the right side. But you don't take João Felix out of the game. You take Bruno Fernandes out of the game, and you put João Felix behind the striker.
Put Felix on the Bruno Fernandes space.
And then I'll say this to just wrap it up. When you have a manager that at halftime has to take 2 players out, most of the times because the mistake is not on the players, it's on the manager. You take 1 player, okay, we take 2 or more. It's clearly the manager's strategy is not working. What he wanted from the game didn't work, and he took Ruben Neves out of the game, and he took Cancelo out of the game, where they shouldn't have started.
Yeah.
Everybody could see they shouldn't have started. And if you didn't have that situation happen, I wonder if you could have, for example, brought Francisco Conceição in the second half. Because again, Pedro Neto was done. Minute 60 was completely done. And Francisco stays the entire time on the bench. Again, another player, a player that has come in with energy, is a good player, left-footed as well, but likes to attack, he's relentless. We spoke about this. Francisco Conceição is the perfect player for me to have on the bench because every time you put him in, it's going to be, the defenders don't want to see him.
He's going to give you 100% of him.
Yeah, exactly. With Francisco Conceição with fresh legs and 20 minutes to go, it's a menace. It's a problem for any defender. And you keep him on the bench to keep Pedro Neto. Let's be real. Pedro Neto is there for a reason. When we are a bit deeper, he's the threat in behind. And that's fine because he won the races again and all that stuff. But then at 60, he was gone. I showed the heat map before. He was gone. He had to run the entire wing, like you said. Look at this. He was gone, completely gone. And that's why then at minute 90, when you brought in Leão to create that situation or situations like that,
and he does it
and creates it,
attacking the area,
you don't have anybody attacking it. Why? And winning you the game. Why? Because your stupid ass decided that was a great idea to bring Vitinha B-Tech version in Ruben Neves. Sorry, with all due respect, Ruben Neves is a phenomenal player, but is the B version of Vitinha. And he decided to start him, and he decided to start Cancelo, right? And now he has to make 2 subs, and he doesn't have any more subs to make. And the ones that he makes, take away Rafael Leão coming in and Dalot coming in, are shit. Are shit. It's just what it is. They're shit. Because you're keeping Bruno Fernandes on the pitch, you're taking Vitinha out. Every time Vitinha has to come off, I'm like, what has this guy done? This guy, I guarantee you, if there is one player that cannot wait for Martinez to leave, it's Vitinha. Because it's always Vitinha that has to come out. Yeah. He can play good, bad, so. It's always Vitinha. And yesterday, I don't think he played bad.
Keep players struggling on the field and take players who is doing something to keep players struggling.
No, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm swearing and all that stuff. I think it's the first time I saw it in the podcast. But it's shocking, man. And it's all on the manager. Everything is on the man. The knockouts of the World Cup are here, and I'm calling every Portugal game. Subscribe so you don't miss a single one.